I'm back in the saddle again. I said, I'm back in the saddle again with you, my friend. Did you miss me? Or are you not missing me at all? Since I was gone to Mexico, I am back. It is Monday, January 27th. I don't know what just happened there. Get off there. 20 and the 25 on the Mayan calendar. Had a wonderful time on vacation with sweet lady Tanzalot. Puerto Vallarta. What a lovely place. It was amazing. We were at the Hilton such and such Vallarta. I'm sure you could find it with a Google. It was a wonderful resort. Made a handful of new friends. Francisco, if you're out there right now, if you're watching this, thank you for being a friend. Oh, Angelica and Francisco, a couple of Mexicans. I wanted to see how you react to that. You know, the term Mexican, there's nothing racist about that, right? If you're Mexican, then you're proud to be. They are from California. Met a great couple from Calgary. Yeah, hey there. Brittany and Josh. Ran into got a couple new black friends. I'm just triggering you all over the place. Couple new black friends, and guess where they are from? Indianapolis. Hello. So we're going to try to see them because we're going to be down there in a couple weeks for the Billy Joel concert. So I think they're going to meet us up for a cocktail. Tish and Alexis. So they were wonderful. Had an amazing time. Highly recommend Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. We love going to Mexico and we love the Mexicans. So we got that going for us. What are we at today? Oh, we're down. Oh, getting Chinatown. We're down $18,750, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Feeling pretty good. All of the leaps still on the board that you've been seeing for weeks now. Most of them taking gas, but I'm not concerned. These are long dated, just under a year out now, leaps. So we've got 27, 28, 26, and 25 SLV strike prices. Whoa, did you see that quick move? Whoa, we went from down. What just happened? Oh my gosh, did you see that glitch? You were here live. You did it live with me, so you saw it. I liked it better when it was showing I was in the green suddenly for the day. But I do have one new one up here. I'm just trying to make some movements here with the TMF. You know, that is a 3 times. Is it 3 times? These confuse me because I do so many of them. Is it 3 times or 2 times? Where is the description? The description should be right around here. Oh well. It's either a 2 or 3 times directional leveraged ETF on the TLT, which is based on 20-year treasury bonds. It's having a good day, up 3.67%. But when I was looking at the chart this morning, I think it's set up for a nice little move down, just a healthy move down because it's going to the moon. We all know that. So I did sell some calls on it. These 40. Oh, I know why that didn't show up. Hold on. Let's go back here. This will tell me what the 2 times or 3 times directional. There it is. 3 times daily exposure to a market value weighted index of U.S. Treasury bonds with over 20 years to maturity. So that is that. So I did sell calls, 120 call contracts, but it's very short. It's sold them today while I was at the YMCA, and they expire on Friday. Collected $3,000, but it's currently down 1,200. So that'd be 1,200 dollar bills against my $3,000 that I collected. So if it gets threatened, which I hope it does, I hope it gets threatened, I will just roll them out and up to make sure I cover my bases because my cost basis is 42 and change, 42.32. So I don't want to sell for a loss. I will make money in this position. if I have to fight tooth and nail to do it. So that's what we'll do. We'll fight tooth and nail to make some profit via the TLT with the proxy of the TMF. So the rest of these we'll just keep an eye on as they go up because that's exactly what they will do. And so down to three positions as far as equities are concerned, and one of them is brand new today, the TWM, which is a two times directional of the Uncle Russ, Russell 2000, aka the IWM. And then the TMF position that we just sold those calls on, I was down over $65,000, and you are my witness to that. On that position is now it's clawing its way up, clawing its way back up, and we will make money sooner rather than later on this position. We get a lot of risk on the table there. AGQ, this was down a few thousand earlier today, and now it's up almost 10,000. But what did I do? You know how I do. I was buying all the way down to Chinatown. So let's take a look at the options spreadsheet. And I did very little, if next to no trading while I was gone, except for yesterday. No, wait, what's today's? Today's Monday, Friday. So we got home Friday night. But I think only twice in our entire marriage did we did not have direct flights where we had connecting flights. So on the way there and on the way back, we had connecting flights. On the way there, we went from Chicago to Phoenix, Phoenix to Mexico, and then on the way back, Mexico to Houston, Houston to Chicago. So when I was waiting, wait, I'll get to that after the trades that I made on Friday, which are right here. On Thursday, I was just getting tired of drip, which is a short on oil and gas exploration. It was down like a couple of grand. And then once it just got to profit, I put in a tight stop, and then shortly after it was triggered. So I only made $198, but that's way better than losing a couple of $1,000. Yesterday, I did purchase 10 put contracts on USO, $79 expiration for Friday, paid $820 for those puts. TLT, I bought 1,000 shares at 86.94 yesterday, and then Cold, which was a short on natural gas, I bought 1,000 shares at 32.39, and then today's just been bananas. Wait, where's my? Oh, I got it. I didn't add that yet. What day did I buy the SQs? Let's look. Just bear with me, will you? Because I still have that to add to the spreadsheet. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday. Let's see. So, all right. So it's 2 days in a row. What's today? My phone's charging, so I don't have it by me. Today is the 27th. So 24th, Wednesday. So it's Tuesday and Thursday of last week. I did buy 1,000 shares on Tuesday, paid $28.78 a share. Following day, it kept going down. And you know what I do? I like to buy on the way down. Sometimes it's a falling knife and I slice off a pinky. Other times it is the right direction. This turned out to be the right direction. I bought another 1,000 shares at 27.37. And then today I was putting in the old stop loss, and it did trigger at 30.35. So how did we do? Drum roll, please. So we got stopped out, which means I put in a price. So say it goes, let's use round numbers. Say it goes to $31, or it's on its way to $31. And I know that I paid whatever, 20, whatever my average was there. The average of those two, let's just call it 20, like, I don't know, 28 flat. So let's say I have an average entry of 28, and now it's up making its way to 31. What I do is then put a stop loss in that if it tries to retreat back, because these types of investments, and I use air quotes, because if you do not trade these leveraged ETFs unless you do have experience trading or you're convinced on direction. So I put in the stop at 30.35, and it wasn't up too long after that, and it was going to 31. Too long after that, it turned down pretty rapidly, but I was stopped out, which means automatically sold. The system sold the shares for me, 3,000 of them at 30.35, and we did profit $6,030 in less than a week. We'll take it. USO. So the puts that I bought on Friday, I sold those today. Of course, I sold early. I like to do that, right? So I sold those for 14.20, which was a profit of $600. But think about it, it was a profit of $600 on this tiny investment of $820. So that's, what is that, an 80% return in just a weekend? We'll take it. TLT, I did sell out my TLT that I bought on Friday for 86.94, and then I sold it this morning at 88.09. I don't even know what they're doing right now. Oh yeah, I sold too early. I do know what they're doing because I have the chart right up here. 88.34. So I did sell early, and I like to do that. Get in early, lose some money, and then get out early, make a few bucks. So we did profit $1,150 on that very short-term trade. And then here comes the AGQ buying all the way down. Whoop, whoop. We had that going for us. First tranche at 35.98, and then it kept going down right before my very eyes. Bought the next 2,000 shares at 35.88. It's still going down. Bought another 2,000 shares at 35.68. I wasn't done yet. It just kept falling. So I bought another 2,000 shares at 35.54. And then another final 2,000 shares at 35.48 for, what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Bought 10,000 shares. So that would be like, I don't know, $360,000 worth of purchases today with AGQ. And drum roll, please, currently trading at 36.51. So we've made a very nice, or I should say we haven't made yet because we haven't realized the profit, but we may have made money on every single one of these entries today, and that brought our overall average or cost basis down to 35.75 on 13,000 shares, I believe. I think I'm up to 13,000 shares of the AGQ. Those were the purchases. Whoop, 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 all the way downtown to Chinatown. You can see I was buying. Let me see the price. Yeah, I was buying from here all the way down. I didn't get the exact bottom because I was like, you got enough. You better stop. So it kept going down. Wasn't sweating. I know what silver's going to do this year. It's just going to be printing for us soon. So we do have 13,000 shares. Now, for a current value of $474,110. Again, do not mess around with these leveraged funds unless you are insane or you know what you're doing or you are convinced on direction. And I'm two of those three. One, insane. Two, convinced on direction. Right, Terry? That's right, Bart. I missed you. So it's 2 times daily exposure to silver as far as the future contracts are concerned. Back to the board. What else went on? Stopped out of cold. So that was that short on natural gas that I took yesterday. This was a nice one. Only bought 1,000 shares. So I spent $32,390. And just one trading day later, which was through the weekend, sold that 1,000 shares for 36.75 for a profit of 43.60. So 43.60, on 32.39, that's what, 12% in one day of trading? Don't even do the annualized math on that. So there's our TMF calls, collected $3,000 right into the skinny jeans. We tucked that premium, and then there's our 2 TWM, which is a short on Uncle Russ, the Russell 2000. And the main thesis was I was feeling short market wise, not necessarily gold or silver, even though gold and silver has taken it on the chin, but just S&P, NASDAQ, and Uncle Russ. I made some money in the short on the NASDAQ, as you saw right there, over $6,000. And then between those two shorts, we made over $10,000. And oh wait, that was natural gas. Sorry. The TWM though, the reason is because small businesses need money. They need loans. They need to borrow to grow, and then you put more money into growth, bigger manufacturing facilities, whatever the case may be. And so the lower the interest rates, the better you do as a small business. And on Wednesday, when the Fed announces that they will not be lowering the interest rates this time around, that could easily have a negative effect as far as the outlook on small business and the small caps. So The market typically front runs information. The market is smarter than all of us combined. So I thought I can maybe in a day or two trade, make 1,000, 2,000 bucks on that. So that's what we're looking to do. And what is it up now, or is it still up? Let's find out. 539 bucks, 1.28% today on not a big trade. We'll take it. So we'll be seeing what goes on in the next day or two with that. Is that everything here? It is. So we got all that going for us. Thanks for joining me again. Sorry that we weren't able to talk for over a week. This is basically the end of the section where I talk about stocks. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend. But I do wanted to tell you a wild idea I have, which is this is my favorite card in baseball history. It is the 1980 Rickey Henderson rookie. Got my original one right here. Handle with care. Got my original one right here that I pulled pack fresh back in April of 1980 over at the Swanson's Dairy, which was about a 4-minute bike ride, maybe a 10-minute walk that me and my friends would do often when we were kids. Pick up a bunch of candy, get hopped up on sugar and soft drinks, and then we'd spend a quarter, 50 cents on a couple packs of baseball cards, trade them, etc. This guy from day one, I was at a White Sox A's game his rookie year, and he was like, "That's my kind of player." And I modeled my game and my number after him for the rest of my career, with number 24, batting leadoff, regardless of what the coaches wanted. Stealing bases, all the good stuff. So Ricky's my guy. Recently passed away. If you don't know, now you know. But I've decided, I shouldn't say I decided. I decided to research the potential for cornering the market in the PSA 8. Okay. You've heard me talk about graded cards before. This is a professional graded card, PSA, and they are the gold standard in professional uh, grading. And what they look for is the corners, are the corners in good shape? Is the coloring good? Are there any surface errors, scratches, etc.? Is it centered? This one's obviously not centered, but it's not horrifically centered because you can see top to bottom. Top's a little thicker, and then obvious is the right side is way thicker than the left side. But this is a collector's grade, and a collector's grade is essentially you go by the decade, and then that's the grade. So if I'm buying a 1977 George Brett or Nolan Ryan in a PSA, I want a 7 or higher as far as collector grade is concerned. So for the 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson, you want an 8 or higher. Well, a 10 will cost you, I don't know, $150,000, $200,000. So an 8, I think, is like there's real potential for this. Now, don't try to bid against me on any of these. Just I will keep you posted for entertainment purposes. But my plan is to buy any and all of them for 250 and under, because I was researching the sales prices. So here it is, 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson PSA 8. This is a Card Ladder app. None of that's important. I just want to let you know. So they compile the information for you. So so you can see the date. So yesterday one sold for 307.59, another sold for 232.50. This one I was actually in on the bidding, and my high bid was 217.24. So I missed it by $2.50. Of course, the 0.24 is in honor of Rickey Henderson. 270, 285, 240, 311, etc. But here's what I know about eBay and card shopping is the weekend, they always sell for the most. During the week, especially at odd hours, you can make a couple sneak attacks and catch some cards undervalued. So for instance, here's one. It expires later today at 9:34 p.m. So I'll put my bid in. I'll probably put it in for up to $250.24. And I should win this card for under that. Okay, I'll keep watching it. Until then, 15 bids is a decent number. So that means there's several people involved. Doesn't mean there's 15 people involved, just means there's 15 bids. So I plan on buying, I don't know, $20,000 to $25,000 worth of the 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson's PSA 8, essentially cornering the beginning or the lower end of the value, thus driving up the overall value. And then I'll sell them all off except one, which will be the one that I keep for free with all the profit I'll make. Sounds like a great idea. So much so that I was like, how did those Hunt brothers corner the silver market back in 1980? So I'll be using some of their tactics to corner the 1980 tops Ricky Henderson PSA 8. Another card I'll be looking to buy very soon, if not tonight, will be the 2024 Bowman's Best Shota Imanaga. This is considered a case hit, these anime cards, which harkens back to the 1955 Bowman baseball design, which is an old TV set. And these are chromonized base cards. Imanaga is my guy. I'm a huge Cubs fan, so like, look at this price. There's no way this card's worth under $100. So if I can buy this for under 100, which right now the odds are good, only 5 bids, 5 hours remain, I'll do it. I'll be looking to buy several of them, get them all graded, and the one with the highest grade I will keep, and the others I will sell off. Okay, that's the that's the stock and card. Wait, you know what? I actually didn't tell you the truth earlier. We are not done with the stock. So if you're still here and you haven't clicked off and you're interested, then it's showtime. It's bonus time. Let's get to the charts. Now, first and foremost, I haven't done anything with any of these charts except for which one did I mess with? I think we'll see when we get there. So right now, I wanted to just take a look from when I left to where I am now. We obviously didn't get the 5 that I was looking for in silver while I was gone. It's only meandered, which typically means it's an ending diagonal. Diagonals are very difficult to trade, and they can meander for a while. But I'm still confident we're going to be, I don't know, mid 40s by I should say, let's go to 40 plus in silver. And this is spot silver here, which means this is what silver is trading for at this moment, $30.11. That will be at, I would imagine, 40 plus by the end of April. Write that down. Mark it with a B. Silver's futures, A, B, C. This is still I'm still targeting up here. But what happened in here? I'm going to have to keep. Was this the bottom of the B? I'm going to have to go through all of these um, and renew them all. This is likely more a bottom of a B than anything else. I don't think we've got any invalidation here. So we'll just move over some timelines. That's futures. We said a breakout was coming. We got a breakout, but we didn't hold the breakout. So that is happening sooner than later. Gold, we got the breakout and we're holding the breakout. So that is a great sign for gold. I mean, we've taken some beat down recently with the cartel, putting some pressure on, but they still have yet to accomplish their goal, which would be to bust this thing back down under 2,700 for sure, and more so under our major support, which is the 2,650. And right now they're not coming close, which is great signs for the precious metal traders. If you're a bull, and that's what this market is, need to do some work on that. That's still gold futures, but it's a 5-minute chart. GDX still meandering. Is this a low? No, I think we're going to still catch one more move down before back up. Oh, that's what I did. So this is one of them that I actually did some work on, which was the USO. I think we've topped local top, but I think we're coming into local bottom on the next wave. I think we're ABC in USO, but are we? Yeah, I don't think. I mean, that's more like a 3. Is that a 4 and then a 5? I'll go through all that and put some more effort. But I thought it was very interesting because I'm calling a pivot here in this box, and that's a short box. So we'll see what it does over the next couple of days. WTI. And we talked about this. I wanted to see it break back through the upper trend line, and now it's going to turn down this average, and that average needs to get back down probably into the middle of that trend line as this will meet it back up. I don't know if we're going to get all the way down on the relative strength index. That's what the RSI is. I'm not sure we're going to get all the way down to the bottom trend line, but we easily could. TLT. Here's why I sold my calls in TMF. So here's TMF. But I based it on the TLT chart, which is, I've had this take out 88.29 with 5 waves up. I don't know. That thing's been on there a month, 6 weeks. If you've been watching, you know. So that to me became that should be major resistance. We're going to break through it, yes, but will we bounce our heads on it a few times? And right now, it's taken it out and it's been holding it today. So we'll see what goes on in the next couple of days. Um, the Fed not lowering rates is never good for TLT. It basically works inverse rates. Yields, I should say, yields go up, TLT goes down. TLT goes up, yields go down. And we all want some lower interest rates right now, don't we? And Trump is going to be trumpeting on about lower interest rates. So all of that should work in our favor. But I was figuring we'd see a few days action. And this is still likely going to come to fruition, especially after Wednesday when the Fed decides it's not going to lower rates. Then we should see a downturn, not a big one, but a downturn in TLT. Because look what it's made a nice move from 86.59 all the way to where it's at now, which is 88.38. That's a nice move for TLT. But I expect my calls to be safe on the TMF, which they're at 42. And right now, TMF is threatening 41. What's the yields look like? Yeah, so it's still participating. I mean, we are here for all this, right? Let's see. When did I leave town? Oh wait, no, this is never mind what I tell you. But the rates are, yeah, they're doing their thing, which is we had to come off of this. We've come off of that nicely, but we still have a ways to go before we start printing dough on our TLT thesis. Oh, that's 20-year bond yields. So that's what we need, these yields to go down. TLT will go up. Bitcoin, how low did we go? Yeah, I think that might be it. I don't know. Little double top action there. Almost triple top. Needed some reprieve. Got it. Is that it? I don't know. This could be one more lower low. I'll do all the measuring, put the fibs on, and go from there. That could be it for this local, or are we being faked out again? And we might take one more. I know I'm babbling right now and mumbling, but I had in my mind when I looked that it would touch into the 97s, get a 97 handle. It only got it at a long wick though. So, sometimes on those long wicks, it'll fill that back in. So we'll be watching that, but I'll put some stuff up here on the Bitcoin later today. S&P turning back up nicely, approaching 6,000. In fact, it was over. What was it? Yeah. And this is SPX. Same as, it's S&P 500, but it is settled daily. It's settled on cash basis daily. Uranium, I'm done with uranium, but I left this up here just to show you I was right on direction, wrong on timing. So back in these days, I had this target on here, if you recall. But I sold out way before then because I'm a coward sometimes. But look at that. It went right into the target. Well, I was trading URAA. So let's see. What was the date of when I sold that? Because I don't think I made much on that, did I? URAA. URAA. All right. I made $1,000. So I had an average purchase of 1873. So this is a leveraged ETF. It's a 2 times on uranium. You should just trade URA if you're going to trade uranium until you get used to it, because it can be violent. Sold at 1927. Let me think about that. I think based on the news out of China, I can't think of that. It has some company name that has to do with AI that apparently is trying to blow the doors off Chat GPT. Chat GPT, is that what it is? GPT. Why don't I know? See, I'm still foggy from the trip. So I sold it 1927. Let's see. Oh boy, yeah. So never mind. But again, I was messing around with the 2 times or 3 times. Yeah, 2 times leverage. What did URA look like? I'll do this on my own because you're getting bored. I sold early, but I made money, and obviously, if I would have held, I would have lost a nice chunk. So I'll take that. I will take it, but I put that on there. Let's go back to that chart, or I should say, I left it up because when I looked at it this morning, and the target was over here, but it had hit the target. I'm like, hey, see that? But this, I think this is an overreaction because look, we're threatening the lows of the twos. That seems like a way overreaction. We'll redo the uranium chart because this could end up being very quickly a nice setup for a trade. And of course, I would use the URAA. URAA, because a lot of times this gap will be filled and filled quickly if indeed it was just that an overreaction. So I'm not going to take the chart down yet until I do some work on it. Whoa. If I Google it now, go to a different Chinese AI company. Deep, what is it? It's Deep something. There it is. DeepSeek put out an announcement that they were able to trade their large language model was for $6 million. And the boys over at Chat GPT, it took over 100 million to trade their model. And apparently this thing is as good or better than Chat GPT. They stole all our stuff, right? Through their TikToks, etc. Wily Chinese, wily coyotes. So I think that's why, because uranium would be used for some. We're going to need a lot more power coming up, starting now, for these data centers, etc. That's why I was messing around with uranium. I'm certainly not done yet. So I think this is an overreaction, which could create a beautiful setup in uranium. So now, after all this babbling, see how much I missed you? I'm long in the tooth. 32-minute video? That's forever. That seems like forever. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment, share with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.